have been all of his yards because he completed like 8 passes for 80-something yards, and they benched him.
That's
They benched
horrible.
him. They took him out and put P.J. Walker in.
And I heard he threw a pick when he first got in the game too.
Probably. Hey, Charles James is coming on the show, Dad. We're going to talk about it. I'm excited.
Who's that? Who's Charles James?
You remember that guy? Oh, I think he was on when you were gone. He's a big Cam Newton fan. #1 Cam supporter.
I didn't see him. Nah.
Hey, you guys got a Thursday night, huh? Cowboys.
Cowboys, we play you. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I really don't feel like watching the game.
Yeah, me neither, man. I lost every bet I made today. I stink at betting. The Eagles suck.
We'll, we'll bet for lunch, man, when I come to AZ.
Bet. When are you coming over? Oh, hey, you want to go fishing sometime? I was going to ask you.
Oh, yeah, I'm down for that, man.
Whenever you're not Naples, Florida. That's where my boat is.
Oh, man. I'm working, man. I'm working on a new show. So
whenever you're not, what you should do is if you get time, just shoot me some dates where you can go. And I'll try, if you have time or whatever, I'll try and I'm pretty open, believe it or not.
Cool.
So,
let's do it. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah, just shoot me some times when you want to go and I'll scoot down there. It's the best, dude. I love it.
Cool. I think we talked about it a little bit when I met you.
We did.
We talked about some fishing.
We could talk about a lot of stuff on the boat. No cameras,
yeah,
no EARs, just fishing.
Just some fishing.
Fishing. That's it.
Man, these games. Green Bay came back.
Oh, Green Bay.
Green Bay balling. Okay, I'm mute. Hold on, let me mute myself.
You know what they say. The best way to predict the future is to create it.
So call a few people on the same vibe and will look to support you in this thing we call life.
So then I thought,
let's level up the cast on NFL Conversation.
Introducing The Crew.
It's your man's Josh Norman.
Welcome to the show.
Morris Chestnut here. It's about that time.
This is Brian Urlacher. No introduction needed.
Yo, what up, baby? It's Derek Augustine.
You guys need me to suit up?
Good to see you, man. Your dog all right? Is your dog all right? Well, we signed the Heisman Trophy winner. We drafted him, Devontae Smith. You know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, you know him. Okay, cool. I was just checking. You know, I told him, hey, you play, you're gonna get hurt. You know that, right? Yeah. Just get ready for it.
What up? It's your girl, Josina Anderson, and it is time to get started.
Muted.
Can't hear you.
I can't hear nothing.
If I took myself off mute, I hear you guys in the background. All right, so I hear Brian laughing at me in the background too. Listen, welcome to episode 16 of The Crew. It's your girl, Josina Anderson. We have a great show for you guys coming up, and our special guest is Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins after that huge win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. And as always, I'm going to let you know where you can find us on thecrewshow.com. You can also find us on youtube.com/undefined with Josina Anderson, and you can download the USA Today app on your TV and find our show there. But for right now, it's time for Crew Call. All right, time now to bring in our guest. I don't know why Charles James is looking.
Oh, James. Oh, man. That's a tough day.
Hey, I know what's coming, man. I know what's coming.
You hiding out, bro. You hiding out.
I'm in the dark right now. I don't want y'all to see my face.
Oh, we already know Charles James and Brian are going to get it in. But listen, hey, before we do that, I know they have a big discussion and debate coming up on Cam Newton. But before that, let's introduce our people. We got Brian Urlacher, our resident Hall of Famer. What's up, BU?
Nothing. Just enjoying some football today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got a couple comments about Cam, I think, coming up in the show. Just a couple.
Oh, just the Carolina had a tough game. That's all there is to it.
Okay. They had a tough game. Okay.
It's a team game, Josina. It's not just one guy.
Hey, Charles, can we see more than your teeth? And then we got somebody in here named Eagles Law. Yo,
I don't know what's up with that.
What's going on?
We got a ring
You
on.
know what? I just wanted to show Morris some love, give him his flowers, how we say now, and show him that I really do. I respect his team, and I respect it so much. I gave him some love on my page.
Oh, wow. Is that what it is?
Eagles did lose today, didn't they? They lost to the Giants, didn't they?
Truth.
Yeah. They need to build an organization over there. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Morris, you got something to say, our resident Eagles fan. Morris Chestnut, everybody.
Well, the reason why we lost is because they said that Jalen Hurts' size 15 was left up in the Saints 2 weeks ago.
Morris.
Morris,
y'all were. You know what? I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
Okay, but hold on. Let's bring in Charles James. I mean, we can't even see you. Is this the new episode of Ghost?
Listen to me. I'm in the car. I didn't know. This is a tough time for right now. Cam had a bad day, and I'm ready.
We're not even getting there.
I'm not going down without a fight. I'm telling Brian that now.
He shows up. Hey,
I'm not going out without a fight.
Charles? Yeah. Hey, sometimes
I'm not going. He threw a bomb today. That arm looked great.
You're in your car. Can you turn your light on or something, yo?
What y'all?
Charles, I saw the bomb, Charles.
Turn the light on, something. Goodness gracious.
We good. Okay,
there we go.
And turn your phone horizontal. Good Lord, is this your first time on it? Turn your phone horizontal.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. All right, y'all. Listen, there was a whole bunch of games going on today that were huge. Obviously, we just came off of one in the 4:00 little quadrant there. So let's get to the instant game reactions. All right, so Rams, Packers. I think this one is final. Brian, is it final? Because the last time I looked, it was 36 Packers, 28 Rams.
It's over.
Okay. All right. So what do you think about this? Rams now 2-0 after these new additions, Morris.
You mean
0-2 rather.
I think it takes a little time. You know, you got Von Miller, you got OBJ, and then the Rams are actually missing Robert Woods, who was out. So I think it's going to take a little time to acclimate. And look, Green Bay is a squad. That's not Green Bay has a squad, so I think they'll be back. I'm not worried about the Rams right now.
Oh, you're not worried.
I'm not
Okay,
worried
okay,
about the Rams.
okay.
Nah, I'm not worried about
Okay, Charles, what do you think about this? I think the last time I checked, Odell was 5 for 81, Cooper Kupp at 96. But obviously Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead.
I think they're still. I think the Rams are still gelling with getting Odell in the offense.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like it's going to be one of those things like as soon as you pop him in, it's magic, and you know he's going to go catch for 150 and 2 touchdowns. So I think they're still going to gel with the offense. As far as the Packers goes, I mean, they're going to click with gas. You know, it's Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. They're going to make that thing look good every time. They're going to make it look good every time. They're scary when it comes to, you know, when it's get time for playoff time. They're going to be scary as always.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, I want to try to keep this segment rolling. We do have a guest standing by. The next game, well, I guess Brian Urlacher and Charles will have something to say about this. But the Dolphins 33, Panthers were 10. This was statistically Cam's worst quarterback rating, I think, in his career at 5.8. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Cam is 5 for 21 for 92. McCaffrey just 35 rush yards. So, dang, is that what it is, Charles? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Coach, it's not Cam. It's not Cam.
Oh,
I don't care what y'all tell me. He threw it. Look, Brian said.
Look in the camera.
Brian said that his arm was gone. I saw him throw a bomb to DJ Moore. I don't care. It says arm was shot.
I saw that too, Charles. I saw
They threw
the
a
bomb.
shot to him. He caught it. It was nice. Over Xavier Howard, who's another All-Pro, Pro Bowl corner. So you know, but he did have a bad game. He did throw 2 picks that I was so pissed off about because I felt like those was very unlike him.
But those weren't his fault. Those weren't his fault, Charles. Those weren't his fault.
Yeah, they definitely was his fault. When he threw the first one, I said,
never called that play.
Brian is going to say
Why did Coach call that play?
Brian, the first half of the game, I did see that he was getting pressure from the Dolphins, man, and his line was not giving him no help, man. I saw that. He was just getting sacked and sacked and pressured and pressured. I get it, but no excuses. You're right, Brian. You're right.
Man. Well, Dolphins have won 4 straight, guys. Dolphins have won 4 straight.
Dolphins are balling. Charles, sometimes they have bad games. That's the way it goes. That's all I'm going to say. Can you just admit he had a bad game? Shit happens, man.
He definitely had a bad game.
Okay, that's enough for what I say. I'm not down on Cam. I just don't think he played
for
well.
92 yards. I'm pissed.
But he did have a 1-yard rushing TD. He's situational quarterback. He's the guy.
And then his lineman tossed him in the end zone on that one. You saw that, Brian?
I missed the game.
Y'all not gonna get my boy too much. Sam Darnold wouldn't have did that now. Sam Darnold would have failed.
Well, I want to make sure that y'all give the Dolphins defense some love. They had 5 sacks, 4 on PJ Walker, 1 on Cam.
Why did PJ Walker? Wait, I thought Cam started. I'm sorry, Joe, to cut you off. PJ
Walker's my boy.
They took him in.
But wait, Cam's a starter. He's gonna change everything, the trajectory of that team.
Hey, Charles, you taking uppercuts? You taking uppercuts?
This is his week. This is his week,
man.
This is his week. It'll always be another week. Next week is my week. Watch.
PJ start next week now? I don't get it.
Definitely not.
Definitely
not. I mean, they just want to give him a breather.
Okay, but listen, you two, there's some uppercuts still to be had because the Philadelphia Eagles lost 7-13 to the Giants. I think Derek might have something to say about this. Derek, go ahead.
You know, it's funny because last week I said, you know, when you play an injured team, you lose, and we lost. And they played a team who did they have any injuries? Morris, the Giants.
I don't know. I don't check the injury.
Okay.
And maybe they had 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. But your quarterback was playing. His quarterback's Jalen Hurts, right?
He was. Yes, that's
quarterback. Okay. Great. And you lost?
We lost the game. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Go ahead. You can elaborate. Go ahead.
Well, no. Look. Hey, the bottom line is it's the numbers thing. We had 4 turnovers on the road. You can't do that. You can't turn the ball over. We had 2 turnovers in the red zone. We still had a chance to win the game at the end, but it didn't work out for us. You win some, you lose some.
Against those super red hot Giants that the NFL is talking
about. It's a divisional game. It's a divisional game.
God.
You got
you get it.
You thought you could throw the records out in a divisional game. You can't. You're not
I guess.
Y'all played against
people
like that.
Y'all played against the injury-prone Giants with the semi-pro people in the backups. Like I already know what time it is.
Wow.
This is the thing,
Eagles are frauds. I don't care what y'all say. The Eagles are frauds.
Okay, so let me understand something. So you guys are saying, so we played against some teams with semi-pro players and injuries, and they won the game. So it's possible to play with injured players and win a game. Is that what you're saying?
All I'm saying is Morris, the Eagles just look really inconsistent right now.
That's the game they should have won. That's the game they should have won. I don't understand how they lose that game. You win the game. You're supposed to win the games you're supposed to win.
This is what I would say. You're not getting. It's a young team. It's a young coaching staff, and you still have to learn how to win. I agree. It's an inconsistent team. Nobody said the team was ready to go to the Super Bowl. Nobody said that.
The quarterback took a step back today, Morris. I was not happy with that turnover. The pick before halftime, throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, definitely throw it out of bounds.
He did. He did.
But I still like him though, even though he had a bad day. Sometimes you have bad days, right, Mo?
That's right. Sometimes you have bad days.
Sometimes you got bad days. Right,
that's what he's trying to let you know.
Bad days. Yeah, Cam Newton can have a bad day. It happens.
Yeah, lots of them.
Yeah. Hey, Jalen Hurts, 14 of 31, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, though he did rush for 77. So, and Rager, I mean, you guys didn't have any receivers that received for over 31 receiving yards. Rager just 2 for 31. So your receiving game, Morris, was just basically non-existent today.
Right. I don't know what the game plan was. Devontae Smith and Goddard only had, I think, like 3 targets or 6 targets or something to that effect. And Rager had 7 targets. But hey, you win some, you lose some.
Hey, remember last week we were talking about how the head coach had it all figured out? Like, oh man, they're starting to gel. You know, we got our offense. Do you remember that, Morris? We talking about
we talking smack today.
Players are good at. No, I just remember he was like, now our coach knows what the players are good at. We're going to get it figured out. We're going to start rolling.
I will say this. I do think the coach. Listen. No coach is very rare to have a perfect game every game out. You know, you can look at, so right now, I think that we did. I mean, we still ran the ball very effectively. We had 2 interceptions in the red zone. I mean, that was huge right there. And one before half. They're not making excuses. I think he could have gotten more players involved, but we still ran the ball for over 200 yards.
With that stifling 85 Giants defense.
I mean, yes, but the defense did obviously, you know, and they did step up somewhat today, especially when they were honoring Mike Strahan. You know,
what defense stepped up? What defense stepped
Giants.
up?
I mean,
the Giants defense. I mean, they stepped up.
You didn't score more than 7 points.
You get 4 turnovers. I can't complain. The defense got 4 turnovers. Were they forced turnovers? Yeah, one was.
I mean,
guess you consider all of them. But listen,
it wasn't like Daniel Jones was the one burning it up. He was 19 for 30 for 202. Saquon just 40 rushing yards. So
after they fired Jason Garrett, they burned it up today. That looks like a good firing now.
Listen, I liked what, like I said again, I like Freddie Kitchens. I like some of the plays that he called today. He called some interesting plays, and they won the game. No, they won the game.
Okay. All right, let's move on to the next game, guys. Mac Jones stepping up. The Patriots beat the Titans 36-13. Mac Jones 22 for 32, 310. Your boy is Kobe Myers 5 for 98. Defense forced 4 turnovers. Anything else you want to say about Mac? He's Mac Jones. He's basically the quarterback right now for the rookie class.
Mac Jones is balling. I will give it to you. He's balling.
Everybody.
He's playing his ass off right now. I mean, the guy is leading the team.
Go ahead.
And I want to say
4 games in a row.
This isn't easy to go into a New England Patriots scheme and just run this offense like this. So it has to show that he has to step up in his mind mentally to go out there and do his thing like that in the playbook. So, I mean, sky's the limit for that kid. He's looking like the best quarterback in that draft right now.
But Brian, did you just say he's the best quarterback? What did you just say, Brian?
No, I said he's balling for anybody, not just a rookie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's balling. He's definitely
balling. Rodgers or the other guys yet.
So
but he's playing good football.
The Patriots have won 1, 2, 3, 4. They've won 6 straight. 6 straight.
Oh, 6.
Whoa, you was right, Brian. Golly.
Dude, I'm never. You know, unoften I hear that at my house. DA.
You're right.
All right, y'all. Well, we got a special guest standing by, especially after the Bengals had a huge victory. We've got a special guest coming up in Crew Crib. So we are pleased to welcome in none other than Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins into the Crew Crib. What's going on, T?
What's going on? Doing good. How are you?
Man, I don't think I'm better than you coming off of a 41-10 victory over the Steelers. You have your season high in receiving today. Just tell me, what is it that you potentially saw in the Steelers defense, maybe even in their film against the Chargers the game before, that lets you know that you would possibly be able to have this big day offensively and even in the receiving game?
Well, honestly, I just went along with the coach's game plan, and
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of single covers today, and we took advantage of it.
Yeah, and then not only that too, Mixon is going over for 100. I noticed also when the Steelers were going up against the Chargers that Herbert and also Eckler combined for over 140 rushing. So is there something that you can explain ground level that you saw defensively that was allowing those holes, either from a rushing standpoint and even from a receiving standpoint, a little bit more specifically?
Well, coming in, we definitely want to establish a run game, and once you establish that run game, the pass game will open up. And we knew it was going to be a dogfight at the end of the day. And Coach Troy Walters told us, in the meetings that we gonna have to come in and for us as receivers to come in and do our job and block on the perimeter, just so Joe can get those big runs. And we was able to do that today.
Mm-hmm. Now, at what point in the game, because I saw you guys were up, about 31-3 at the half, when you were looking at them, whether it be across from the field defensively or seeing them on a sideline, did you know that you really had them before it even opened up that big at the half?
Well, like for me personally, once, even if I'm up big, I still think the score is 0-0.
Okay.
I feel like that, we can't let off the gas no matter what. So, and we was able to keep it going and put more points on the board.
So when you think about the games that you guys have had up through this point, can you describe this as far as comparing it to some of the other great offensive games that you've had this far this season? Like, how does this flow in this zone, obviously winning 41-10, compared to maybe another game where you felt like you guys were at your best with Joe Burrow, who had a phenomenal game going 20 for 24, 191 touchdown, 192 today?
We always know we got it in us, even when we're not doing too good on offense, we know we still got it in us, and we're going to keep pushing each other to be great. And today we was just on fire. Joe was feeling good. Receivers was feeling good. Both Joes is feeling good.
Right. And listen, and then speaking of feeling good, are you the type that gets to chirping on the field? Because I used to run track for Carolina, okay? So, when I have people on my side, I know you, Clemson, and whatever, we can get to that if you want to talk about that, track on track or whatever. But I know if I had an opponent to my side on the left or the right, I might say a little something or what have you, just to let them know before I start jumping at the starting line and getting the blocks or what have you. What type of personality were you today on the field or just in general?
The same as always. I'm gonna always be that guy. When guys start talking to me, I'm gonna just smile and keep going my way. Because I can't let another guy talking affect my game. So at the end of the day, I just smile and keep going and just keep being me.
So, and last few questions here. Do you guys feel like you would put your stamp down in the AFC? I mean, obviously that is a huge statement that you guys made against the Steelers, even just in the series this season, let alone, what's coming up this evening with the Browns and the Ravens. But just for what you guys have done so far, do you feel like the flag is in the AFC North ground already?
No, we still got more work to do. Today obviously was a big win. But we still got more, AFC North games to win, and hopefully we go out there and get those dubs, and you see us in the championship.
And then last question here: are you going to be watching the game tonight? And any thoughts on how that might unfold as far as the Browns and Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens?
I'm definitely going to watch that game. It doesn't get better than that. You got Lamar versus Baker, and it's going to be a great game. It's going to be an exciting game. Both teams got explosive players that can make those explosive plays. And, I'm looking forward to watching.
T, you got to give me better than how you think it's going to unfold. Any sauce to what you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I want to say Lamar about to go out there and make a bunch of plays. So I'm going to have to go with the Ravens on this one.
Oh, you're going with the Ravens. Okay, well, there you go. Well, we got a little bit out you. And first of all, before I let you go, I just want to say I appreciate the outfit. You know what? Let me just zoom in on you a little bit. What am I seeing?
Oh, yeah.
Is that Gucci?
You got the Gucci hat.
Oh.
North Face collab with the Gucci overalls.
Oh, it's a Gucci overall. Can you stand up real quick? Let me see. Hold on. Turn around. Come on, let me see. Turn around.
Oh, you see it?
Oh, the overall. Hey, you know I was gonna get you on that. I appreciate you. Hey, listen, thank you for stepping into the crew crib. I'm not gonna hold you too long. Maybe a little further down into the regular season and postseason, I get you back in here, okay? All right, we appreciate you, T. That was T. Higgins, everybody. Appreciate you. So what y'all think about them overalls? Go ahead, Morris. I saw you peeping it. Go
He
ahead.
went to work today.
Well, no, we can get it for Derek, but he got to take his shirt off because Derek would have him on with his shirt off.
Hey man, overalls with no shirt with the chains. I'm in there. Let me get that.
You in there, right?
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'll rock that. Nah, I'm not an overalls guy, but hey, T. Higgins, he can rock that. He can rock that.
T, you rocking the
today.
Gucci. Hey, Charles. So what did the Bengals put the stamp down in the AFC North?
Yeah, I want to talk about the Bengals because they're very good and very surprising team to me. But first off, I gotta show some love. Joe Mixon is doing his thing. You know what I mean? Him and Joe Burrow, and they got them guys, T. Higgins, and the guys over there, and they're doing their thing. I feel like they're a sleeper for the AFC in the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say this right now. Y'all can stamp it down. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the AFC Championship game. They got a good scheme, man. Being able to run the ball, we know that's what it's all about. Being able to run the ball and play good defense. I mean,
well, tonight is all about the AFC North with the Browns and the Ravens, and the Bengals, try to go ahead and let y'all know they still up in here. I'm just saying, Morris. I'm just saying.
I mean, look, the Bengals have some talent. I still like Baltimore.
Talent.
I still like Baltimore in that division. Listen. You're talking about the championship game. I would take Baltimore over them. I would take Kansas City over them. I would take New England over them. That's just what I'm feeling right now. I just like those teams better than them. Right
okay,
now.
well, hey, you guys.
Kansas couldn't cover a 3-0 with a blanket. Their defense, you seen their defense?
Did you see the last game?
The last two games.
Last two games?
I mean, what? Okay. All right, guys. Okay.
Wow.
Last two games.
Wow.
After they giving up 57.5 points in 3 quarters, and look at the defense. Like I don't understand that. Kansas City defense is bad. They have 2 good guys. I like Chris Jones. I love Tyrann Mathieu. Don't be fooled by the smoke and mirrors. That defense is terrible. They're terrible.
Okay.
It's terrible.
Okay.
How you really feel?
So
go ahead, Morris.
Okay, so you call right now. You're calling the Bengals in the AFC Championship game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Bengals in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised.
All
They have a good formula. They have
Okay.
a pretty good young quarterback who's doing his thing. They got a run game. Establishing a run game and playing good defense, that's what carries everybody into the postseason. It's not this fancy
Are they playing
stuff.
good defense? Are they playing good defense?
Yeah,
They did
playing
today.
good. Playing good defense. They're playing better defense than Kansas City, I'll tell you that.
They did today. Did they play good defense 2 weeks ago?
Morris
So,
going all the way back.
Because this is my thing, though. This is the thing with the NFL. People have to stop being prisoners of the moment. They see one game and, it's this, it's that. Let's look at the overall picture of things. You can't just be prisoner of the moment.
I'm taking the Bengals over Kansas City right now. So there's my pick.
Oh, so basically you're taking Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes.
I'm taking a sporadic Patrick Mahomes who's been turning the ball over all season.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Joe Burrow over a sporadic Patrick Mahomes. Yes, I am.
I know what you meant. Okay. Well, speaking of the whole picture, because it's been a tough time for Derek Augustine. He texted me. He was like, "Joe, I ain't watching football no more." He was making me sad. The Saints is next year and all this other stuff. So I try to do, like, I brought in the celebrity chef on the last show. I try to lift y'all spirits. So right now we're gonna go to the Crew Life segment and welcome in a special guest. See, we are going to bring in a special guest, Stan Barrett, who is upside down and backside up. Hey, Stan, you a Saints fan. We're going to bring you in to represent New Orleans and help Derek Augustine out. What's going on, Stan? ESPN anchor Stan Barrett, everybody.
What's up?
What up, Stan?
What up, Stan? New Orleans in the building, you hear me?
Joe, the whole crew, that's right. Recognize.
All 6 points of y'all in the building.
Yeah. I know. I would be upside down too if I was a Saints fan.
All 6 points of y'all is in the building.
After
you're right.
After that Thanksgiving game, I'll be upside down,
Morris and Charles.
Y'all got
look at our team right now. Look at our team right now, Charles.
Derek, they getting them in now while the whole squad is injured. So
Right.
There's nothing you can really say
next year. Nothing you can really say, but go ahead, Stan. Let's hear you. Let's hear your take on it.
Trevor Simeon couldn't throw a pool party. So I don't know why y'all got him at quarterback.
Charles, Trevor Siemian is a third-string quarterback, Charles.
I know that. I know. Look,
We
I know
lost
that.
Stan.
Stan
Stan will
left.
come back. Look,
We
he's
lost
gonna
Stan.
come back in. But Derek, go
All
ahead.
right, well, let's talk about it.
He's coming
Charles,
back in. Yes.
Stan, all right, Trevor Siemian, come on, man. He was released by the Broncos for a
Hey,
reason.
Look, he's been
He's our
released more times than
third-string
me.
quarterback for a reason. That's
Okay.
why our team is doing so bad right now.
One
All right, well,
guy?
let's
Because it's
hear
him?
from Stan. Let's hear from Stan. Stan. So first of all, Derek's whole thing has been injuries all year. Every show you come on, lamenting the injuries as if no other team has injuries. But obviously, what do you think of the? Should Derek be giving up on the team at this point? What do you? What I mean, are you here to console him or are you here to commiserate?
Well, here's the thing, okay? You never give up on your team. You got to ride or die. I mean, you got to just ride with them through the highs and lows. I mean, I'm a little older than Derek. I go back to the ain'ts. You know what I mean? I go back to when I wanted to fight people wearing paper bags to the football game. I'm like, give your ticket to somebody who cares rather than coming there and embarrassing the city like that. So, you know, I can keep it in perspective. Younger Saints fans who have been spoiled by the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era, they don't really know what it was like. They don't know what it was like for the Ditka era. Sorry, Brian. And they don't know what it was
I didn't
like.
play for him. Oh, he's gone.
He's jumping
That's
out.
okay. It's his signal. It's his signal. But go ahead and answer that, Derek. He'll jump back in.
But he's right though, and I was there for the Aaron Brooks era and the Bobby Hebert era, and when we just had a great defense, a Legion of Boom, and Drew Brees gets there, and now we got a great offense, but we don't have the defense to combat that. And I get it, Stan. You're just talking about how I was there for Aaron Brooks because I've been a Saints fan since my mom dressed me in Saints clothes since I was 1 or 2 years old.
Oh God.
So I've seen the bad, but as a Saints fan now, we just seen so much heartbreak, man, through the last 10 years, man, because going to the championship game, only getting one Super Bowl run, and we just expect so much more, and we're frustrated. That's the best way I can explain it.
Okay, well, here's the thing, okay? We have been spoiled watching the first ballot Hall of Famer perform for 15 years, okay?
Right.
And, you know, you guys know quarterback play is critical in the NFL. It just is. And when you have a Drew Brees, you have an Aaron Rodgers, you have a Tom Brady, that fixes a lot of things. I mean, if you look at the guys who weren't exactly Pro Bowl caliber receivers who benefited from playing with Drew Brees over the years, you see the effect that great quarterback play can have. So now you bring in the Jameis Winston, and Jameis got things going. They had him doing what he needed to do with a defense that is one of the premier units in the league right now. They were doing enough to win games. And Jameis goes down, and I mean, you know, you put Trevor Siemian in. I went back and I watched Siemian with the Broncos. I went back.
We lost him.
Get
Okay,
him,
go
Mo.
ahead.
Get him, Mo.
Mo, I saw your face, Mo. I saw your face, Mo.
What were you saying?
I know what you're about to say.
Listen, hey,
Go ahead.
Stan's a nice. I'm all about the numbers. That premier defense that has 70 points in the last 2 games put on them.
Mo, guess because we don't have an offense to stay on the field to complement that, Mo.
Hey, okay, let me say this. Stan, you're a nice guy, bro. You're a nice guy. But let me ask you guys this.
Wait. Let me finish my point, though. Let me finish my point. Okay. I went back and I watched Trevor Siemian in 2016, 2017 with the Broncos. Okay. Now, he had Demaryius Thomas and he had Emmanuel Sanders in his prime. Okay. Those 2 great receivers. So Trevor Siemian looked really, really good. And I was like, man, I'm excited about this. I think he can get it done. But the Saints don't have that caliber of receiver right now. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, there's a reason why Michael Thomas.
Okay.
Thank you, Morris. Go ahead, Morris. Go ahead, Morris.
Hey, Denver have a signal issue.
So this is my question. And I'm look. Okay. Stan just said y'all had Drew Brees and premier quarterback play for the last 15 years, right? That was it.
Yeah.
Okay. How many Super Bowls did y'all win in the last 15 years?
All right, we won one.
No, just ask the question.
We won one Super Bowl, Morris, 2009. Yes.
So are you telling me that there were injuries all the other 14 years?
Morris, you saw what happened in the last couple of times we got far in the playoffs. The no call, the Minnesota Miracle. Yes.
My point is this. Look, man, this is football. This is professional.
Okay, thank you.
This is professional football. things are going to happen. It takes a lot for your team to win. So just because you didn't have injuries, okay, you have injuries this year. What happened the year before that? And the year before that? And the year before that? There's always going to be something.
No question. You're right about that. I give you that, Morris. You're right.
Stan, go ahead. Finish it off, man.
My neighbor keeps catching me stealing his Wi-Fi and kicking me off. Just joking. I'm having signal problems. But no, I mean, look. I mean, Derek was talking about, over the last 10 years, Saints fans being disappointed with playoff exits and that kind of thing. Hey, man, back in the day, the Saints weren't even in the playoffs. Yeah. So it wasn't even a thing where there was an early playoff exit. I mean, the playoffs were for other teams. But this has been a good run. I mean, I think 2011 should have been another Super Bowl championship. 2013, I'm sorry, the Rams, that debacle, whatever year that was, 2018 and 19.
Yeah.
So, look, he's got one. Aaron Rodgers only got one. So, I mean, but you lose a guy like.
The signal. The signal.
That's the signal.
Not again.
I think he's
Okay, go ahead.
He said it low. He said it slow.
We get it.
Yeah, he did.
Got it.
He coming back.
No, go ahead.
All right, I know he's about to say.
Wrap this up. Go ahead, Derek. Wrap it up.
No, I know he's about to say. You lose a guy like Drew Brees, and then the whole team has to come back, and we got to find another quarterback. We thought it was Jameis Winston. He got hurt. Now we're dealing with two backups that really aren't quarterbacks.
Jameis
So
is a
I'm
backup
gonna leave it
too.
as that.
Jameis is a backup
Jameis was a starter.
Behind Drew Brees.
Jameis was a backup too at one point.
And who was he a backup behind, Derek? Who was he behind? Drew Brees and
not Taysom Hill. Don't say Taysom Hill.
He was number 3. He was number 3.
He was 3 behind Taysom Hill.
Yes. Now
Taysom
he should have been number 3 though. So
I just don't understand the love that Sean Payton has for Taysom Hill. I don't get it. Let's be honest, man. Taysom Hill is a tight end that throws punts. He's not a legitimate quarterback in this league. Morris, go ahead.
Go ahead, Morris.
Last comment, and then we're gonna move on.
My thing is this. My thing is this. What the Saints are showing right now, and what the NFL shows, is it is hard as hell to find a quarterback sustainable in this league. Cherish your quarterback.
But I have to say this. It's this kind. Now you're saying you don't know what Sean Payton sees. What do you see? Sean Payton is with that man every day. Sean Payton is in the locker room.
I know coaches got favorites. So Taysom Hill to me ain't the starting quarterback. So Taysom Hill ain't the starting quarterback. So we ain't gonna go there.
He's tied to the starting quarterback.
Okay, listen. Look.
Taysom Hill can't throw from here to. Please don't get me started with Taysom Hill.
Get the wrap up comment because we're gonna wrap up this topic. Yeah, go ahead.
Taysom is a great football player.
Yes,
he's not a great quarterback.
Thank you. Hello.
Okay, so my question to you guys is, then what does Sean Payton see in him? Why does Sean Payton sign him to this contract? Why is he on the team?
They sign people to reckless contracts every day.
Here's the thing. Okay, that contract is
the same thing.
That's some NFL math. Okay, that contract is really only about 25 million guaranteed.
Yeah, only.
Okay. It's only 25 million guaranteed. Okay.
Only,
so, but over 4 years. Okay, so that's 6.5.
6.5. Yeah. 6.5.
Okay.
Man.
Go ahead. Make the last close. Go ahead, Morris. Make the last statement.
Last point, and we setting up Sunday
night. Go ahead,
Morris.
Make the last statement. Go ahead.
I think I would trust. Everybody on the show is cool. I'm gonna trust Sean Payton's judgment on the quarterback than everybody here.
What? Get out of it. Okay. Yeah. All right. They'll be looking for another one in 2 years.
Well, we gonna make a run for a premier quarterback after this season. I'll tell you that.
No question.
We have to. We should be quarterbacking campaign, and Sean should be on his best quarterback campaign right now.
Garoppolo, right to New Orleans.
Okay.
Garoppolo, Aaron, Russell,
Go ahead.
Sean Watson, all of them.
We're trying to have Stan close it up, but he keep getting bounced.
Go ahead, Stan. Go ahead, Stan.
Let me just say this, okay? If you have the healthy Mike Thomas on the field, there's your number one cover guy on him, okay? If you have a healthy
Jesus. All right, let's move on, Josina. Let's move on. Next topic.
Hey, if Drew Brees didn't retire, he'd still be playing.
Hey, look, all right. So listen, you guys, we're gonna move on to Crew Huddle and set up
Sure.
Sunday Night Football and welcome in two reporters that are gonna set the stage. So we are pleased to set off this Crew Huddle with two intrepid reporters representing from Cleveland. Daryl Ryder from 92.3 The Fan and Jeff Zrebeck from The Athletic. He is the Ravens beat reporter. I appreciate you guys joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so listen, I want you guys to go ahead and give us your three keys to watch for a huge Sunday Night Football matchup tonight between the Ravens and also the Browns. The Bengals coming off of a huge win today already in the division against the Steelers, 41-10. But Daryl, I'm going to start with you. What are your three keys tonight for the Browns?
Well, for me, it starts with the Browns running game and the return of Kareem Hunt behind their Pro Bowler Nick Chubb. Hunt missed 5 weeks due to that calf strain on injured reserve. They're hopeful that Hunt, who is second on the team with 5 touchdowns scored this season, he's averaging over 5 yards a carry, going to be able to inject what has been an anemic offense that has scored 17 or fewer points in 6 of the last 8 games, really get them going. The big play is my second key. Both of these teams are susceptible to it. The Browns offense, 45 explosive plays or 20 or more yards while allowing 43 of them. Meanwhile, Baltimore, 48 explosive plays. They've allowed 54 themselves. And then the third key, as many games do, the fourth quarter. Baltimore is absolutely outstanding in the fourth quarter this season, as well as overtime, outscoring the opposition at 94-79. Meanwhile, the Browns have just been destroyed by their opponents in the final 15 minutes of games this year, 89-52. Baltimore 5-1 in games decided by a score or less, including 2-1 in overtime. The Browns yet to play OT, but they're just 3-3 in those tight games.
All right, Daryl, setting it up for us for the Browns. Jeff, your turn on the Ravens.
I'm going to start with containing Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett. The Ravens have struggled all year, particularly the tackles, in dealing with athletic, dynamic pass rushers on the edge. They've allowed the second most sacks in the NFL. The next time he's sacked will be the career high for Lamar Jackson. Those guys are going to make some plays. They're dynamic players, but the Ravens need to give their quarterback a chance. They can't let those two guys completely wreck the game, force turnovers, and prevent Lamar Jackson from doing the things he likes to do. So it's going to start with pass protection. Defensively, the second thing, as Daryl mentioned, the Ravens have to contain the running game, and that may be difficult to do if Calais Campbell doesn't play. He's been their best defensive lineman all year by a wide margin. He's really good against the run. They should get nose tackle Brandon Williams back today, but Calais Campbell's had the concussion issue, hasn't practiced all week, and there wasn't a whole lot of optimism about him, in recent days. But, as concussions go, you never know. So they need to stop Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt and make Baker Mayfield beat them with his arm. And then the third thing was Daryl mentioned the fourth quarter. I'm going to mention the first quarter because the Ravens have been one of the slowest starting teams in the league. They've only scored like one first quarter touchdown all season. It's taken them a long time to get going offensively, and it's forced them into situations where they have very little margin of error down the stretch, and they've had to come back in games. At home with the crowd behind you, they really need to get off to a good start and get into this game from the get-go offensively.
Well, it's always fireworks, okay, when Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson get on the field together. At least that's what the marquee says it should be. We just had T. Higgins in the crew crib after that huge win against the Bengals, and he said that he thought the Ravens were going to win. So I don't know what you make of that, Daryl, Jeff, but he's going for the team that you're covering. Listen, any quick thoughts on that?
I actually picked the Browns. I have to admit it. I picked the Browns. It's just Ravens just haven't been playing well lately. They've been finding a way, but at some point you'd like to see them play 4 quarters.
And I picked the Ravens to win, so someone's going to be right tonight, either Jeff or myself. So.
All right, well, it probably won't be anyone on our panel. I'm just joking. I'm going to bring in the guys up next, but we appreciate having you guys in the crew huddle, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you guys, thank you. So what are you doing, Charles? What are you
Y'all
doing?
relax.
Okay, we got a big game coming up now. Browns Ravens. Quick thoughts on that. Don't tell me who's gonna win. Just give me your thoughts on the game.
I think this is a big game
Mhm.
for the Ravens. They
Mhm.
need this one. A
Mhm.
bad loss to the Dolphins a couple weeks
Mhm.
ago. A
Mhm.
sluggish loss to the Bears. I mean, a sluggish
Mhm.
win to the Bears.
Mhm.
So I feel like they need to turn up tonight. I'm not going to tell you who win because that's what you just said. But big game for the Ravens.
I feel like
Okay.
it's a big game for Cleveland in the division.
Mm.
I think they're towards the bottom of the division right now. Great opponent in Baltimore, but if they, they got their running backs both healthy tonight. Be interesting to see if they try and run the ball and if they can run the ball against that defense, and if Baker can keep possession of the football, that'll be big for their offense as well.
Okay. All right.
I think it's going to be an interesting game. I think if Cleveland, if they're playing away from home, I think that's actually good for them. I think they're a live dog in this game. They get ahead of Baltimore, like the reporter said. Baltimore starts slow. They have that running game, and they're away from
Mhm.
home. They can kind of focus and gel together, just like they did when they went to Cincinnati and blew out Cincinnati. I think Cleveland's very live in this game.
Derek.
I think it's going to be close, and I think honestly it's a big game for both quarterbacks, especially for Baker to prove that he's weak.
With the Sade poster in the background.
Come
Is
on, you
that
know it's
Sade?
not.
Is
That's
that Sade?
that's our day back there, babe. That's my mom's favorite artist.
That's a good
Come
song.
on now,
A really
man.
good song. Yeah.
Always gotta bring in the baby. All right, we're gonna do our final
Baby.
takes and okay, so who's gonna I want y'all to tell me your picks and if you got any final comments and any final shots. Who's winning the game? Morris, you shaking your head.
It's a tough one. I'm going to go with this is a tough one. I really do think Cleveland's very live today.
Yeah, right.
I do, but I'm going with Baltimore. I'm going with Baltimore. They're live.
You
But I'm
going
going with
with
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
Okay, Brian, I
that's the
see you
right answer.
making
There
some
we go.
noise. Mhm.
I'm going to take Cleveland this game. Like Charles said earlier, Baltimore's been sluggish. They snuck by the Bears last week. 2 weeks ago, they lost to Miami in an ugly
Mm.
game. So I like Cleveland on the road getting it done for a lot of the reasons that Morris talked
Oh,
about
you guys
earlier.
are finally
Yeah.
not agreeing on your picks. Okay, that's
Nice.
good. Okay, all
They
right.
need it. They need this one.
Okay, Derek.
It's a big game, especially for Baker. I mean, I really do hope Baker puts his foot down, man, and makes some big plays and with no interceptions. I'm gonna go with Browns by 3.
Browns
Mm,
by 3.
I like
By
Okay,
Fair
it.
3.
enough.
okay.
They're live.
Close
They're
game though.
live.
Close game
They are
though.
live.
Close
So
game.
Yeah.
for me,
Charles,
with these picks like this in a game like this, where I feel like it's two
look at
evenly
the
matched teams
camera.
off, two
It's
evenly
like
matched
Blair
teams,
Witch Project.
offense and defense.
Good Lord.
I'm going to go. I always take the best quarterback of the two. Of course, it's Lamar Jackson. I'm taking the Ravens by 10.
Okay,
Wow.
okay. So,
Mm.
hey, listen, before we wrap up the show, Charles, anybody have any parting shots that they want to say? Because you know y'all not gonna see each other for probably another 3 or 7 days. So, any parting
Cam
Oh,
shots?
Newton, I'm
well,
sticking by him.
have
I
a great
said
week,
that.
bud. Have a great week,
I'm
buddy.
sticking by him, Brian. You can
I,
say what you want.
I
Cam
didn't say
Newton till I
I didn't
die.
say anything bad. I just said
Wow.
he
I
had a
don't care
tough
if you were
day.
thinking it. If you
Man.
were thinking it, I'm saying it.
Oh, I
I'm
wasn't thinking it. It was
Cam.
obvious. No, I wasn't thinking it. It was just
I'll
obvious.
drive to
You knew I was
Carolina
saying
right
it.
now.
I'm
Why?
driving to Carolina right now.
You playing quarterback? They might need you.
I want
Oh
to.
man, that's
Wow.
I'm just
come
there to be an
I
on
want.
extra
now,
receiver who
man.
could catch.
Go ahead, Morris.
Oh,
Tell
now
Stan
it's the
we
receivers.
said peace. His internet's like Saints defense missing in action.
Oh, Derek.
So we
Hey,
said
Oh,
peace.
Derek, stick
man.
up for
We
your
holler
boy.
at him
Stick up for
later.
your boy. Stick
We
up for
holler
I
your
ain't
boy.
saying, hey, look,
Oh,
Stick up
and
for your
man.
boy.
hopefully
You
the Eagles
stand,
can beat
Derek.
somebody next week. I know they
I'm
play us in
not
our
I'm
pro
not
team.
saying nothing because my big bro left the chat last time, so I ain't saying
Yeah.
nothing.
All right.
Mm.
Hey,
All right.
hey,
Cool.
listen, Stan, we appreciate you
We
coming in.
appreciate you,
We do
Stan.
hope that you get better Wi-Fi next time and we have you for a longer conversation so you can console Derek for a longer amount of time. But listen, for Brian Urlacher, for Morris Chestnut, Charles James, Derek Augustine, we are
Go
See ya.
Eagles.
Go
Beat
Saints.
somebody.
out.